Hello everyone, we're halfway through 2021. The weather starts to getting hot in here. I found a massive cockroach wandering around the studio last Friday night. No wonder it's above 30 degrees from tomorrow in Beijing. Anyway, the devlog will be a bit different this time. We managed to participate in an event, collected quite a lot of feedbacks on site, very valuable. I'll briefly talk about the development progress, Kickstarter preparation, and the demo build first. Then I will share some of the photos I took on the event site and go through all the feedbacks we gathered in detail together with our solutions. Hope you guys like it. Let's start with the demo build. Since we participated in the event, so we exported a demo just the day before. I'd say we're a bit behind our production schedule we set last month. Most of the tasks were finished apart from polishing the UI. I've been wanting to do this for quite a long time, but this time we definitely can start working on it. So what's our progress from April until now? We updated some mob NPC assets and managed to make variations to it. So when spawning mob NPCs, they will have different looks and colors. Mobs with weapons can also bear numbers of weapons we preset for them, which indicates there are a percentage of rate they drop the correlated equipment. We then changed all the breakable items to 3D. To be honest with you, I'm not quite sure at the moment if it's a good decision I made, but what's done is done, and it's quite good to use anyway. There are now minigames available, but not in its completed form. It has all the basic assets and runs properly in the game. It just needs some polish, mainly the effects, motion images for background animation, sound effects, and bit camera works. These are only 2 of the minigames displayed in here. Once the whole game is finished, we'll have 6 for the classes, 1 for eating, and 2 or 3 for working part-time jobs. We also finished the teleportation features, but the only thing is the map looks ugly as fuck. The main reason is that the room blocks are too long. That is, if we do it according to the actual level map size. This will be something we're going to rework. I'll get into details in it later. Then I reworked pretty much all of the attack smear visual effects. I say it looks more polished now, and just in several days, we should have all the weapon sprite shit finished. Now I will need to work on the complicated effects animation for things like Molotov, poison bombs and such, the AoE stuff. We made some changes to level stages. The raid area are bigger, but the world are more compacted, so it will be packed, and each area will have something unique. That's pretty much about our progress, I think. We've started working on the UI already. I'm planning to have it done before end of this month, preferably this or next week. Then launch the Kickstarter with the updated demo build, which means we will have the crowdfunding started within this month. Spread the word, guys, and sign up for notification. You will know when it's ready. Now the event. Well, I will skip the event itself since we didn't really walk around. Most of the time we were just in our booths, watching people play the game, assisting when there were crashes and serious bugs, asking feedbacks and being criticized. I will go through with you guys all the feedbacks that we think are useful or worthwhile to mention at least. And this will also shows how we will improve the current build and several issues I mentioned earlier in details. So let's see. Dodge action cancel. Many people mentioned the action is clunky and slow, mainly because they feel that they want to use the dodge action to cancel the attack animation for quicker response. We have been wondering if we should do that at the beginning because some players found it was too easy in the Vagrant, but now it seems most people still prefer this, so we'll add it back. Interactive object is not visually obvious enough. Interaction effect is weak, mainly the breakable object. I agree, when I was observing people playing, some of them seems to ignore the breakable objects. Not that they must break it, but it was like as they didn't know those were breakable. So what we're going to do is to add some bright color that indicates this can be broken and add a tutorial at some point with some illustrations that tells the player you can break it and it will drop stuff. As for the visual effects, we will see if there is anything we can do to intensify the hit reaction for better feedbacks. No tutorial that indicates player can upgrade perks and basic stats. Most of the people who test play in the event never opens the perks upgrade menu, even after they beat some mobs and can upgrade the basic stats. Our solutions are pop up a menu when player gain EXP first time and increase the class minigame experience reward so that you will definitely have enough points to upgrade at least one thing. Too difficult. I think it's because the dodge action cancel related issue, plus a bit easy to die due to lack of recovery items. No tutorial for equipping weapons. When people pick up a weapon, some of the feedback mentioned that they expect to use it instantly like the arcade game, so pop up a tutorial window when obtaining the first weapon would sort this out, I think. Foreground objects covers too much stuff and distractive. Readjusting the background level editing, easy, but I definitely need to watch out from now on when editing level stages. Makes the cutscene completely skippable. This one is a bit difficult, since there will be a path selection based on your choices in the conversation. And based on my discussion with our programmer, we don't have any good solution for this at the moment. What we have now is to skip the whole conversation and forward straight to the choosing option part. But the cutscene seems a bit hard to handle. We will see if we can figure something out in the future. Sprint is more useful than dodge in combat. This one is interesting because feedback mentions that since the default dodge is moving backwards, but what he wants is to moving forward. You can, however, dodge move to forward, backward, and up and downward in y-axis if you press the dodge button and D-pad or analog stick at the same time. I don't think there's much to be done for this. Again, dodge action cancel would improve the combat experience significantly, so this might hopefully solve the issue. Mission guide and indication was not clear after finishing the first class minigame. The map mark, message alert, and everything else just need to be more obvious. And we need a tutorial pop-up window for this as well. Clearer HUD, indication, tutorial, and guidance. Apart from what I mentioned in the previous issue, I decided to put the money and EXP panel in the main frame. And we will also add a damage accumulation display as well. Item interface redesign. This is something we're currently working on. Apart from the layout redesign, some animation effects would improve the visual guide a lot. Slow motion camera time is too long. When player HP reaches 0 or finishing boss fight, there will be a slow-mo time, which I found is quite long, especially during the event site, watching other people play, so we'll make it shorter. Attack effect not big enough. We tried bigger effects at the beginning, but it didn't work too well. What I think is that instead of bigger, we'll probably need some more secondary animation just to make the visual effects fancier. The rest feedback are pretty much number data adjusting, some character working too slippery, item drop rate too low, and some bugs, etc. That's pretty much about it. Some of the issues we can fix it in the next demo build for Kickstarter. Some might take a bit more time, but those feedbacks are very valuable and definitely help make this a better game. Before we finish, we open our Kickstarter page that you can sign up. And remember I said it would be somewhere in May, and that's what we are going to do. When we have the demo re-uploaded to Steam, then we will launch the campaign. So that would be all for this devlog. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please follow us on Twitter at the game to wishlist, sign up to the Kickstarter page, join the Discord server to ask us anything, subscribe to this channel for future updates. I will see you guys next time, hopefully with a new demo build. Bye bye.